We are preparing. Could take 10 seconds or 2 minutes.
Oh, that's because technology.
We are live. I'll call the meeting to order. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning. Please sign in. It looks like maybe everybody has. If not, in the back corner, that helps with the clerk and recorder doing the minutes. When you come to if you come to the microphone, please say and spell your name. Again, for the clerk and recorder. Is there any public comment on items not on the agenda that the commission has jurisdiction over? Any public comment?
Madam Chair, do you mind if I
Nope.
make a quick announcement? I guess I could.
Yeah, you're all right.
Madam Chair, Commissioners, I'm Angie Paulson, Broward County Elections Administrator. Just wanted to let, for those people who are interested in filing for the school board trustee, that deadline is February 9th at 5 p.m. There are 3 positions open. There is 2 for 3-year term. Is that confusing? Did I say that? There are 2 positions open, each 3-year terms, and then 1 position open that is a 1-year term. And again, that candidate filing deadline is Monday, February 9th at 5 p.m. for the Townsend School Board trustee.
Have you had any candidates?
I have, yes.
You have? Okay.
Yep, Judy Gillespie filed for the 1-year term this week. So
Okay.
we have,
Is that the only one so
that's the
far?
only one.
And do you want to give the deadlines for the other?
Sure. The
dates.
next candidate filing open begins February 17th. Those are for the county seats that are coming up. And I don't have the closing date. It was in March 4th, I believe. Oh, thank you. Yes, 4th.
February 17th through March 4th?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a shorter candidate filing window just for the election administrators to get ballots in not such a frenzy. So, yeah. All right, and
Thank
that's
you.
all I have. Thanks.
Any other public comment? Any other public comment? Anything online?
Oh, Steve.
I got to. Steve Kirk, Old Town Road, Three Forks. Spelling is K-U-R-K on the last name. Just real quick, I wanted to thank the commission and the county for helping out with these bridges down there on Old Town. The bridges themselves are all done. They're doing road work right now. I mean, almost 5 years that we've been without bridge. I saw the article on the news this morning about the one at Bear Canyon that they took out, and they're going to have it fixed by April. How do you do that? It took us 5 years to get it done. But I just wanted to thank you for being involved in that, and it helped push it along. So, thanks again.
Can we just adjourn the meeting now?
Yeah,
Sorry.
just stop.
Sorry.
Seriously.
Thank you, Steve. And I know it's been a long journey for all of us. But this weather has helped that process along a lot.
Yeah, they've just got their riprap along the river to finish and some road work.
It's amazing.
They'll be able to open it up.
Any other public comment online or here? Commissioners, do you guys have anything? Lindsay, do you have anything?
No.
I'm sorry. Just a reminder, Super Bowl party at the school for middle school and high school students. The doors open at 3:45 Sunday. I have seen a list of the prizes, and they're really cool. Lots of food, lots of games, other than just the Super Bowl and hanging out. The DUI task force in the sheriff's office does a great job getting prizes. So I'm going to help out with that Sunday afternoon, and it's a lot of fun. So if you know any kids, it's a great event.
What age groups? Sorry.
Middle school
Middle school. Okay.
and high school.
Okay.
And once they arrive, they cannot leave and then come back, which is pretty typical. I want to say a huge thank you to MDT and Great West Engineering. I've been meeting with them every week seems like for 5 years, on the build grant. And they're doing a great job, both Great West and MDT. And we meet again, I think it's tomorrow. Thank you to everybody who has done letters of support. There's still an opportunity to do that. If you're interested, please send it to me. We have gotten some letters of support from some representatives, a lot of local people, the school, BCDC. That's what it's going to, that certainly helps. So your letters are not a waste of your time. So please consider that. That's all I had, but just want to publicly thank everybody involved in that process.
I want to add one thing on that note.
Yes.
Because, it's interesting what you read online and in social media. Interesting is the best word I can use for it. There was some discussion that Great West may not know what they're doing, and I want to reiterate that they are extremely experienced. They have highly experienced grant writers that are used to working very closely with the federal government on these different programs. And should anyone have questions on this project or want to provide input, they are always welcome to email the commissioners, to come to the meetings, to submit written comment, and that is really going to be the most productive way to have your voice heard.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Good addition to that. First item on the agenda is discussion decision, Kevin Brachter, County Attorney, MOU between SALO, I don't know if I'm saying that right, Law, and Broadwater County for contract for prosecution services and a resolution for appointment of special deputy county attorneys to assist with prosecution of certain criminal cases.
Good morning, Madam Chair, Commissioners. County Attorney Kevin Bratcher, B-R-A-T-C-H-E-R. And reason I'm here asking for this, it actually goes back to the prior county attorney, Mr. Swanson. He had initially reached out to Ms. Salo, this attorney, to help with a backlog of what we call RFPs, or requests for prosecutions. It's these are situations where a crime has occurred, a report's been made, but for one reason or the other, the suspect maybe they left the scene. Basically, the suspect wasn't able to be immediately arrested. So in these situations, the deputies they will forward an RFP to my office to review and then draft charging documents and file it. As I mentioned earlier, this is something that Mr. Swanson had been looking at doing. We have a backlog of cases, and it's just a situation where over the past year I'd been hoping that whenever I thought I would have time to start working on it, something else pops up and takes away from that time. This attorney, Jordan Salo, she's in private practice now, but she was a deputy county attorney in Gallatin County. She was an assistant attorney general with the Prosecution Services Bureau for the Montana Department of Justice. She's really experienced, and she's only requesting a rate of $100 an hour, which is actually a really good deal. And this is also something that other county attorney offices do across the state. I know Yellowstone County Attorney's Office, probably one of the largest county attorney's offices in the state, employs attorneys like Ms. Salo to do this exact function. And so it's a time saving measure, because like I said, whenever my deputy or I think we have time to start cracking down and work chipping away at these, something comes up. And so I would just ask that the commissioners approve this, and so that we can get these backlog of cases taken care of. And Madam Chair, I have clean copies of the MOU and of the resolution for you as well, for your signatures, if I may approach.
Of course.
Any questions or anything at all that I can answer while I'm up here?
Kevin, I think my only question is, what's the time frame? Does it have an end date? Is it not until the work gets done, or?
It's going to be sort of kind of once we get through this initial backlog, ongoing as needed, and then if basically once we get to the point where we get through the backlog, there isn't a great big like influx of new cases coming in, we would both agree to terminate it. And then this is also just for reviewing and drafting charges so that when it comes to actual prosecuting the cases in court, my deputy Haranch and I will still be handling that. So that's also, this isn't going to be as expensive as Ms. Salo reviewing, drafting the charges, and then also prosecuting them in court. So it's just going to be reviewing cases, drafting charging documents, telling law enforcement, hey, we need some more investigation on this, or there isn't sufficient evidence in declining charges.
Thank you. Any other questions?
That's what I was going to ask.
Jesse, anything?
I was curious on that because it just said in the MOU just said by signing, by all parties, so that makes sense. I think the rate is amazing. I mean, anybody that's looking into getting a lawyer, getting one for $100 an hour is unheard of. So I think it sounds great.
And she's certainly qualified.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, has the experience, so. Any other questions? If not, is there a motion?
I would move to approve the MOU between Salo Law and PLLC and Broadwater County for the contract of the, are we going to do these separate, or do you want to make one combined resolution, or one combined motion?
We can do it together.
Yeah.
They go together.
Yeah, I'm going to restart then.
Yeah.
I move to approve the MOU between Salo Law, PLLC, and Broadwater County for the contract of persecution services and the resolution for the appointment of special deputy county attorneys to assist with prosecution of certain criminal cases.
Is there a second?
I will second that.
There's a motion and a second. Is there any public comment online or here in the room? Any public comment? There's a motion and a second. And I'm just going to say for the said, I think we've said that enough times. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion passes.
Are we all signing this one?
I think so. That's my assumption. Kevin's left. Next item on the agenda is discussion decision. Nicole Brown, Community Development and Planning Director, Copeland's Family Transfer and Exemption Request.
And Madam Chair, I'll need to recuse myself for this one.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Nicole Brown, Broadwater County Community Development Director, here to present the Koblenz Family Transfer Exemption Request. This is a new exemption request. Previously, on December 17th, the Commissioners had an exemption request for a Koblenz family transfer that was removed or redacted by the landowner, so I want you to consider this as a new exemption request. This is not a continuation. You should have in front of you the family transfer affidavit.
May I interrupt, please?
Yes,
Madam
ma'am.
Chair, I'd like to move to table this, please, until next week.
Are you open to hearing public comment or just any discussion at this time? What's your thought?
I mean, I think we could have public comment if we'd like, but after speaking with legal, I've just got more questions, and I don't know if I'm ready to discuss that publicly yet. I'm kind of just getting some of those answered, so I know that we can wait until next week, so my thought was to table it until then. But if you think...
And that's where I have a lot of questions as
Okay.
well. But I'm I'm curious if any of the public comment could help us come to our decision.
Okay.
Would you like me?
Did you have anything you wanted to add?
Madam Chair, no. I simply was going to state that the family transfer affidavit has been completed, and I just want to reiterate, because this is now the second one we've used, this family transfer affidavit. This affidavit is coming from the Montana Attorney General's office. This is not created by Broadwater County. Broadwater County did not provide input. So this affidavit is the form that's now being used for family transfers. There is no other application form. My staff report is in your packet as well as online. The affidavit is in your packet as well as online, and the certificate of survey depicting the two parcels to be, or I'm sorry, the one additional parcel to be created through this family transfer is also in your packet and available online. Okay. And the deadline for this board to take action is February 18th. However, I know you will be at a conference the week of the 16th and subsequently gone on the 18th. So you certainly do have time, Madam Chair, to table this until next week, if that is your preference.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
And there may not be any public comment at this time, and that's fine, but I agree with you. I'm not ready to make a decision.
Madam Chair, if you have, and Commissioner Rickmeyer, if you have no further questions of me, then I'll take a seat and just be available for questions.
Please.
And allow the podium for public comment, correct?
Okay, please.
Okay, thank you.
This is a little backwards, but or different, but I think it's the right thing to do, because I think we need more information. Is there any public comment in general about this family transfer? Any public comment? Sure. And again, please come up to the microphone and spell your name.
I'm Chuck Hahn, H-A-H-N, and I just have a couple comments to make. The new form that was mandated by the Attorney General is an affidavit. Broadwater County subdivision regulations require an application as well, and you do not have that. Because as part of the changes to the law, 63207, it has stated that you still need to have documentation, and you really don't have any documentation in an affidavit. You do need an application, and there is mandated criteria within your own subdivision regulations as to what you need to have to be able to accept or deny one of these family transfer exemptions. So at this point, because you're going to put it off for a while, you have till the 18th at least, and maybe more, because you really don't have a completed application form, which is required by your subdivision regulations. So at this point, I will leave my comments at that. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other public comment? Is there anything online? No. Nothing? Any other public comment? I think it's unanimous that we will table this until the 11th.
Do we need a vote?
I don't ever remember.
Let's just, for the sake of it,
Yeah.
I move to table the Koblenz family transfer request until next week, February 11th.
February 11th. I will second that. Is there any public comment? There's a motion and a second to table this until the 11th of February. Any public comment? All those in favor of tabling till February 11th signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. We will put this on the February 11th agenda.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank
you.
you. Next item on the agenda is discussion letter from Local Government Services of Department of Administration regarding withholding of certain state funding. Melissa Franks is here, treasurer. Do you want to give an update, Melissa?
Good morning, Melissa Franks, treasurer. Everything is, right now, I've just started working with January. Hopefully we'll have that balance by the end of next week. And I think we're going to meet the first Wednesday after the 15th of each month, so I'll have the results after that for you. But right now, it's just gathering all the information I need to start the process of the balancing.
You are still working with Nancy?
Oh, yeah.
Excuse me, Madam Chair, sorry. Okay.
Yes.
And Nancy's from Mako, sorry. Saying that
Yes,
for-
Nancy Everson from Mako. Yeah, she's been a godsend on this situation, so.
Anything else that you want to say?
No, I am, once I finish January, I'm going to go back and look at December and November and see if I have any changes I may need to make. Of course, under the guidance of Nancy and our auditor. But other than that, just moving forward with January, I'll get that done, and then we'll start with February at the end of January. Or, I mean, the end of February.
Madam Chair, may I?
Please.
So we, just to be really clear, and I had somebody ask me about this
Okay.
week. We are trying to show 3 months balanced to local government services to the state, right?
Correct.
That's planning to be January, February, March. That's the goal.
Correct.
Right? The previous balance that, and correct me if I'm wrong in saying this, was because of errors in the spreadsheet, was just kind of, it was a bookkeeping error that was accumulating.
Correct.
Now we've kind of gotten much closer to figuring out,
Yes.
obviously, that's what you've been working on. That amount
Mm-hmm.
needs to be a consistent amount that's carried over. We don't want to see that grow at all.
Correct.
That amount, well, that previous amount, what will we be doing with that amount? And I don't know what the amount is. I think.
Honestly,
it changed.
I don't know that we know for sure what the amount is. The auditor is looking at like around 170,000.
Okay.
But that may change the more I work with November and December, and if I start to find the errors that I've made, that number could change. So at this time, that's kind of what the auditor's thinking, but that could go lower.
Will we, and I say we as a county, what is the best practice for that amount? Is it going to be to write it off? How is that handled? What is
From what I understand, never had to do this before, but from what I understand, it would be an adjusting entry because it may be too complicated to go back. We don't know when it started or how far back it goes. It may just go from when I started. Going backwards and making any changes will just make it worse for going forward. So when I say I want to go back through November and December, it's to look at how I did things. Now that I've learned what I've done wrong, I'm hoping that maybe that will narrow down that number more.
So the goal is to figure out what was causing the error.
Correct.
Making sure that's corrected moving forward.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
Of course.
I guess I have
Any other
another question. What role or training is your staff getting now
Right now,
to assist you with this or to learn about the future?
yeah. Right now, I'm not doing any training. We're trying to get January done, and then I will be cross-training everybody in the office. Brenda, my chief deputy, she already knows pretty much the whole thing, and with her detail of her part of the balancing, we're both learning quite a bit that we didn't realize we needed to know. So she's been a huge asset in this issue. But yes, I do plan on cross-training my other two employees writing everything down and making sure they have all the instructions. And,
For the future,
yeah,
the steps
yeah.
and the calendar.
They
and all
are
we
going to
talked
need to
about
know
that.
whoever files and becomes treasurer, you know, they're going to need to know all this, yeah.
When is the, and somebody recently asked me this, and I don't know, because I don't go to these. We go to enough of our MACO conferences, but when is the next Treasurers Conference? And I don't know what the name of the association is.
Their main one is in September.
September.
Yeah. So I will, depending on who the next candidate is, I will either suggest that they come along or, you know, take lots of notes and everything so that they have any questions, they can learn about it.
But if there's more than one candidate,
Wouldn't be able to do that. I'm just thinking, you know, if only one person that I know
Right.
of may run, if they're in,
Okay.
then it would be something that could happen, but
so to attend those conferences, you don't have to be the elected treasurer. I don't know.
you know, no, I don't think you do, because a lot
So
of
it's open to the
treasurers take,
public.
well, I don't know if it's not open to the public, I don't think, but a lot of treasurers take employees.
Right,
Most of the time, it's going to be their chief deputy, but if they
right.
if there's going to be an issue that's discussed during that training, then that would be a good time to bring somebody in from your office that you want to learn that. The thing of it is, these conventions don't go over balancing. It's everything else, like taxes and everything else that takes place. It doesn't actually go into teaching you what you need to know for balancing. So that would be something I'll talk to the association about, and maybe they can come up with something, you know.
Yeah. I mean, you have to wonder, oh, excuse me, sorry.
You're good. You're good. We're cash.
Terrible. You know, that's something they may be able to put together, a training, because it's so hard to train whoever's coming after you in a public
Yeah.
entity, right? It's like
It
you
is.
don't know who, and to leave behind, it's just, you don't know how that person learns, the hands-on experience.
Exactly. Are they note takers? Do they just take it all in and learn it? I mean, that's all stuff that individual, and it can be anybody, can be the next treasurer, whoever files and wins,
Right.
and they may or may not have any background on that. So it would be very good to have that training.
Yeah, and just the basics, and then,
Just
hey, if
the-
you need
yeah.
more, here's the resources.
Yeah. And I am coming up with I'm creating a book that goes through and shows everything and talks about everything, and it'll have all my notes and everything I've learned. So I think that'll be very helpful.
Our MACO association started, well, I don't know when they started it, they've probably been doing it a long time, but my very first year as a commissioner, every December, there's a newly elected commission training. They've
Yes.
changed the name of it now, because they have always, since I've been here, done it in Helena. So they've changed it, so I've gone every year. It started out newly elected, which was great. And it's still a really good conference. So a lot of the newly elected come from across the state. Every year they have it in Helena, I will go. I mean, I think we've all gone.
Yeah.
But it is kind of the Commissioner 101. I would, if somehow you can suggest that for your association,
Oh, yeah.
that has been incredibly, certainly my first year, incredibly valuable. So I don't know if it sounds like your association does not do that. They
No.
should.
No, not specific. I mean, they do a lot. I mean, I've learned a lot with them, and we have a lot of material that we can bring back and implement it with what we're doing. But specifically regarding balancing, they don't.
And that would be a great topic.
That would be huge.
For newly elected
Yes.
treasurers.
Yes,
So there's a suggestion.
I
I mean,
agree.
there's-
That's a
there's-
very good one.
Commissioners who've been commissioning for 30
Yeah.
years that still come to the elected officials training
Mhm.
and MACO.
There's always something to learn.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, I
And
would
those
urge you to make that conversation, or that request of your association.
Those conferences are huge. I mean, it'll be a good place for a new employee or elected official to find out their resources that they can use as well.
Yep.
So, yeah, they're very important.
Yeah, we all need that network of people that are doing the
Yep.
same job we are, because you
Yep.
don't understand it until you get here.
Yep, exactly.
You know, we all have our commissioners that we can pick up the phone, whether it's in Park County, Jefferson County, Lake County, say, hey, help me.
Yeah.
Big, small counties, whatever. Any public comment online? Any questions for Melissa from the public? Or for us?
Commissioners, Chairman Kathy Brecky, last name Brekke. I have a couple questions. First of all, when did this discrepancy begin? When were we initially out of balance, our county? Secondly, I'm not sure if I heard the question or the answer. Are we 170 in the hole or 170 to the good? I didn't really hear the answer to that. That's important. While I understand an adjusting entry, I think it's critical to go back and find where this discrepancy began, what happened with it. And in regard to that, I heard you say you're going to start doing, documenting your practices. And I've mentioned.
Madam Chair, may I suggest,
I'm
because
sorry,
it comes
I was
through us,
looking
but
down.
Melissa, would you like to sit at the table over here? That
Yeah,
might
sure.
be easier,
That'd
and
be
then you
great.
have a mic. Just thinking. Sorry, excuse me.
No, I wasn't looking, so. Yeah, the questions need to be directed to her, and then I.
Okay, all right.
To us.
To us.
Okay.
And then we can. Yeah.
Sure, yes. Do you want to answer that question? The questions that I posed,
No, we
when
will-
did it begin?
Are there any more questions, I guess?
Is it no, but I do have an addition to what I'd like to mention about the, the processes and the procedures, and we've talked about this before. Do you have a desk manual? Do you have a role description when the new treasurer comes in? Do they know exactly what the processes are and how to do their job, which I think's critical, obviously, or these things probably wouldn't have occurred. But anyway, those are my questions.
Yeah. Melissa, would you like to answer? The first one was, and I'll paraphrase, when did this start?
Yeah. Honestly, I don't know when it started. I'm going to go back from when I first started, which was, Doug retired and I filled out his last year. So I've been with the treasurer's office for 4 years. I have one more year. So I would say I'd go back to 4 years. I don't know about the previous treasurer and where he was and how he got things done, but I'm going to say starting from there on, from when I took office is where I think when it started. I don't know exact time frame, but I would say when I first took office. There was not any training when I first took, and I think that was the case before me for a long time. I don't think it was not that anybody didn't want to, or it just wasn't something they did, I guess. I think it's very important, and obviously this situation really shows how important it is that we have that. So as far as, I can't remember all your questions, but as far as going back that far, talking with our auditor and Mako, going back that far probably wouldn't be the best practice, just because it changes so much trying to go forward. So we're trying to find a time that we can see a consistent amount, and then from there go forward. I did go back as far as June, and we've narrowed it down. That's how we came up with that dollar amount, but that may not be the correct amount, which makes it really hard to find. You don't know if you're looking for a large amount, one large amount, several small amounts, So, but going through with the gal that's helping me from Mako, Nancy, I learned a lot of what I did wrong. So going forward, that won't happen, but going back, I'm not sure that I'll be able to narrow it down. And as far as training and manuals, our software company, Black Mountain, has a great help system online, and that's going to be part of all of that. But then just everything I've learned from Nancy, she used to work at Lewis and Clark, everything I've learned from her and our auditor and other treasurers will go in a book that I'm going to make, that I'm making now.
Great.
Commissioners, do you have any other thing to add to Melissa's answers? I believe the first letter that we got from, and I don't have my whole file here, but I believe the first letter that was received to Melissa from local government, Montana Department of Admin, was in September 15th, of saying that there's a cash reconciliation issue. And they gave the county, requirements are met, if the requirements are met by November 15th, move forward. We asked for an extension, but I think that's officially, I believe that's the first letter that I saw.
Yeah.
September 15th is correct.
September 15th. Any other questions?
My other was, are we in the hole or are we to the good?
Actually, I don't think it's either. I think that money is there. We just don't know on the spreadsheet where it put it. But go ahead. What were you going to say?
Well, you have to know if it's
to
to
us.
the good, or Madam Chairman, you have to know if it's in the negative or is it in the positive. I mean, if you're going to start tracking it and knowing where to begin to fix this, is it?
Positive. Right now, it's to the positive. Yeah.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Thank you. I believe Bill Jarocki is driving in his car. Or parked. Okay, he's not driving and texting and calling.
Okay, can I comment?
Yeah, but we can't hear you. Hold on.
Just really quiet.
Nadine's working on it.
Is the
the
volume up
TV
on
up?
the TV up?
I think it's the TV that needs to go. Crank it all up. Try it now, Bill.
No. Can you put a microphone up to it?
Can you hear me now?
No, we need a mic. We'll have to get a
It's
mic.
just coming through the computer.
Computer,
Yeah.
TV.
Can I borrow?
Yeah, take one, or the one, hold on, Bill, we're trying.
Where's the mouse?
It's over on TV.
Because there should be a
Uh-huh.
sound. Not that.
Should I keep talking?
No, nobody can hear you.
Too far away.
I'm going to actually come back.
Click
No, it's
It's not his problem.
Which one?
that one.
This one?
Does that work?
There we go.
Yep, that works.
Okay. I don't know which way my face is showing on camera. Probably upside down.
No, you're good now.
This is Bill Jarocki, Jarocki. I'm the County Administrative Officer. I want to address Kathy's question, if I could, maybe provide a little bit more information. In the fiscal year 23 audit, there was an audit finding that said that the cash controls need to be improved. We responded to that with a correction plan. That same audit finding occurred in the next year. We submitted a corrective action plan. Local Government Services has been tracking this issue for a couple of years, and they rejected the corrective action plan the second time. And so that, excuse me, that led to Local Government Services warning us, and subsequently the withholding letter came out. In the first finding that the auditor noted, we were down $50,000. We were off $50,000. In the second audit finding, I think it was 240-some thousand. I don't know I don't have that in front of me at the moment, but the amount that we were off was increasing. And so local government services was concerned, and we began in earnest to get additional resources for Melissa to look into how we did the work and what we're actually seeing. And I think the corrections that we made in the process of doing cash balancing, that's a good position at the moment. We are off by $170,000. We believe that we are low $170,000, which means that the write-off would have to come from our resources in order to adjust. We could go back in time from the time that Melissa started and see if we can get all the nickels and dimes adjusted. That would cost us a lot of money. We'd have to have an outside auditor to do that. It'd probably be $200,000 in auditor's time to do that forensic adjustment. And so what we're trying to do is see how small that difference will be, and then talk with the auditor about making an adjusting entry to a balance. That, I believe, is accumulation of small amounts that have added up. So that's where we're at, and what we're looking for is 3 consecutive months where we balance almost on the nose. Local government services is not giving us much wiggle room as to how far that balance could be off. So we pretty much have to balance on the nose, and then they will take off the withholding on our funds. I hope that helps. You can look at the audits for the years ending 23 and 24 if you want more detail on those audit findings. The audit findings did not show up before that audit in fiscal year 23.
I don't know if you can hear me, but thank you, Bill. Each Wednesday during public comment, Melissa has agreed to be here. So it won't be on the agenda, but she will be here at the beginning of the meeting. So if there's any questions, and if not, then she can get back to work. But it will be, she's agreed to be here every Wednesday, right at 10 o'clock. So if you don't see it on the agenda, you still will have an opportunity to ask her questions. Anything else? We have, I think, 3 sets of claims for today. This is when everybody leaves. Thank you. Thank you for attending. The first set of claims is $835,374.69.
Was bridge stuff in there, in that one, I'm guessing?
That's what I am looking for.
I think Old Town Bridge is there.
Oh, yes. The vast majority of this is Old Town Bridge, which I'll remind everybody is grant funds.
Thank you, Melissa.
Thank you. Is there a motion?
Oh, I thought we were doing them all together. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, let's do that.
Yeah,
I forgot
let's do
about
that.
our practice.
I know, I was
We
just
used to
waiting
do-
for you. I
I'm
was
sorry.
already, yeah.
Well, in the old days, we didn't do that.
I know, we're efficient.
The next set of claims is $43,958.59. The last set is $82,081.50.
I would move to approve the claims and set them out.
I'll second that.
Is there any public comment regarding the claims? Any public comment? Any public comment? There's a motion and a second to pay the claims as stated. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. As we're getting these signed, I will just remind, and we will put it on our agendas, but we are going to Mako and Billings the week of February 16th. So there will not be a commission meeting that week. I think that's it. Anything else?
I remembered, just for anybody that's interested, the trust board meeting that was scheduled for next Tuesday is canceled and moved to the 24th.
Perfect. I think that's it. We'll adjourn at 10:46.